Bidet Geeks, welcome back to the Geek Cider Show. I'm Josh.
I'm Anna.
And in this video, we're going to be talking about the Legend of Vox Machina episodes 4 through 6. So if you haven't seen them yet and you want to avoid any spoilers, skip this video and come back later because everything we say from this point forward is going to be a spoiler. Okay, we're getting into the nitty gritty of the Briarwood arc in these 3 episodes. And let's talk about No Mercy Percy.
Yeah, I'm stumping real hard for No Mercy Percy. Just as is like everyone, but whew, man.
That scene in the jail when he's stalking the guy through the jail and that mask comes down. Oh my god, it was epic and I loved it.
It has got to be Talison's anime fantasies come true. Like, he is the anime star of this arc, and I'm just here for it.
Surprisingly, from what I've seen on TikTok, and feelings may have changed, but a lot of people are not feeling Percy in this arc.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I must know only Critical Role fans, people who've already seen Vox Machina, because everybody I interact with is just like me and sipping for Percy.
I've seen a few, and I haven't been on TikTok very much the last couple of days, but everybody that I've seen doesn't really like it, and I'm like, why?
Because they don't know. Yeah.
Not yet, anyway.
Not yet, yeah.
Aside from Percy in the jail, my second favorite part was at the Sun Tree when the family was hung. Because I was eagle eye and I was like, okay, which one of those is Laudna?
Which one's Laudna? And I did see which one is possibly Laudna, if that's her backstory.
Do you think it was the Keyleth one?
No, Vex.
The Vex one.
Vex, yeah.
I now need to go back and rewatch the Briarwood arc from the campaign, because there was stuff I'm like, oh, did that happen in the campaign or did it not? And I need to refresh my memory.
It's been so long. When I first started watching, when we got into Critical Role, I started with Vox Machina. I did switch to Campaign 2 and get caught up, but then once I was caught up, I went back and rewatched Vox Machina. So it's been over a year since I've seen anything Vox Machina, and yeah, there's a bunch I can't remember and that I've forgotten, and yeah, it's gonna be.
I started Vox Machina like at the beginning of quarantine in 2020, so it's been 2 years since I started it, so probably a year and a half.
Yeah,
since I've seen the Briarwood arc. So because like when they introduced Archibald, I'm like, I don't remember a guy named Archibald at all, so I had to look it up.
Yeah,
and like, there was an Archibald, and they just completely redid him for Legends of Vox Machina.
And like, we don't remember the prison break, so we're not sure if
I don't
that
remember
actually
a prison scene
happened or
in Vox
not.
Machina.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that that's not replacing Scanbo. I just Scanbo was so good.
When they were looking at the map, and he's like, I got potions. I don't know what they do. Maybe I could do it. And they did like a little comedic, roll over the map. I'm like, I really hope they don't, like throw away Scanbo with that little half a second joke. Like, I don't know if that would ruin season 1 of Legend of Vox Machina for me, but it would definitely diminish it if we don't get Scanbo.
I would definitely be disappointed. So hopefully that's not, and this is just an extra scene that they added in to do
foreshadowing?
Foreshadowing or whatever, just to make it different. Because if you do it exactly like it was in the campaign, it could get just repetitive. And right now they've got a good balance of keeping the main plot points the same, but maybe getting there differently.
And there was a lot of Easter eggs in these 3 episodes as well for other things that happened in the Vox Machina campaign that they're probably just not going to do for the show.
Yeah.
Like when Vax threw that dagger and hit, he's like, "Oh, I'm never going to see that guy again." The tiger guy, for anybody who doesn't know like what he is, he's like, "Never going to see that guy again." Oh, yes, you are.
Yeah.
So I don't. Maybe they'll bring that back in a future season of Legend of Vox Machina. Maybe not. I think it was probably just an Easter egg.
Yeah. Same. Yeah. I definitely think there's a lot of things that are. Things that those of us who have seen Campaign 1 are like, oh, that's going to happen later. And then we're like, oh, maybe not. Maybe that's why they put it in now. It's just like an ode to that moment, but it's not actually going to come to pass.
Another thing that happened in the show that I don't remember from Vox Machina is them breaking into Gilmore's. I don't remember that happening in the campaign.
Yeah, I don't either.
And I definitely don't remember him like capturing them for a second in the magic bubble.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I think that one that's
It could have happened.
totally,
I don't remember it though.
I think that's yeah, it's added for it, and I do like how they're doing the Gilmore, Vax and Keyleth dynamic, where
Yeah, they're
it's
doing it a little.
Gilmore's a flirt, but it's obvious that Vax has eyes for Keyleth, and even Gilmore sees this.
There's little moments that Vax had. Like Keyleth is still, I think, completely
Oblivious.
unaware, oblivious, as she was in the campaign
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
But yeah, the little moments of like Vax like looking over his shoulder at her and giving like a little smile, stuff like that.
Yeah, I
They're doing it
like,
really well.
Yeah, I like how they're hinting at the future relationships. Little tiny hints that just let you know that there's some things that are coming up, some romance is coming up.
And I think they're handling Pike's absence during this arc really in a really smart way.
Yeah.
Because I mean, during the campaign, Ashley Johnson, who voiced Pike, was in and out of the campaign because she was working on Blind Spot. So she had to leave a lot. And so the way they're handling that absence, I think they're doing that extremely well.
Yeah, we had actually talked about that before it came out, saying, like, I wonder what they're going to do, because obviously Ashley's going to be involved in this. So we were thinking they were just going to write her in. But, you know, how they're doing it. I like that they're staying true to how it played out in the campaign and just maybe showing her part. So maybe this is something where Ashley and Matt were able to get together and be like, what would Pike have been doing during this time? And worked that out. It's really good.
One of the things I don't think they're doing particularly well is Keyleth as a whole.
Sorry.
In campaign 1, Vox Machina, Keyleth was very unsure of herself, but she was still capable. And one thing that they're doing in this show that I don't particularly like is Keyleth seems too helpless and too clueless.
Yeah.
They're exaggerating. Like everybody's kind of got like their original characters were kind of stereotypical, over the top, stereotypical D&D characters. They've taken that in the show and like amped it up a little bit, going a little bit too far with Keyleth for me.
Yeah. I still overall like Keyleth in the show. But I feel like in the campaign, Keyleth was more naive than helpless or whatever. And in the show, it doesn't seem like she's just naive. It seems like she's out of her depth. And I never got that impression from campaign 1, like the actual campaign Keyleth, that she didn't feel like she was out of her depth. She's on her Aramente. Like, she had to have gotten to a certain level in order to be entrusted on this journey, and it feels like she's not there yet.
Like, one of the things in the campaign is she was always willing to try something.
Yes.
And she didn't always succeed, but she never just failed to try. And that is something that's happened multiple times now so far in Legend of Vox Machina, where she's just sat frozen in panic and fear and not tried. And that's not Keyleth.
Yeah, I agree. I do get what they've amped up all of their personality so that you can get it in just a couple of episodes. Like, even in the first 3 episodes, I felt like their personalities were pretty solid and nailed down. You know who the characters are. There might be some things that people who don't have any background with Critical Role might still be struggling with, such as Percy. But yeah, I do wish they'd toned that down and make her just a little bit more naive and less helpless.
She does come off as a little bit pathetic.
Yeah.
And that wasn't Keyleth at all in the
No.
campaign. She was never pathetic.
Nope.
Always naive, never pathetic. That said, overall, I am really enjoying this show. I still love it.
Oh my god, yeah.
I just have one problem with it. That's it.
Yeah. Take two. Overwhelmingly, this is a fantastic show. I love every second of it. I saw episodes 1 through 3 3 times. I've seen episodes 4 through 6 twice. I'll probably watch it again before the next episodes come out.
I'll probably watch it all the way through again one more time.
Yeah, it's just so good.
Yeah.
So good.
And it seems to really just be getting better as they get further into this. Like, I don't know like what's copyrighted for D&D and what's not, and what they have permission to use and what they don't, because like they're not calling Saren Ray. They're calling her the Everlight.
Yes.
So far they have not name dropped Vecna. They've called him the Whispered One, which was just a nickname of Vecna. So I'm wondering if they have permission to use that name, or if they'll get there, or if they'll replace that name. Something I'm curious about.
Yeah, and that's actually something throughout the campaign Matt's been doing, is changing out names of things that are D&D specific, so that they're not stepping on copyright things. And that has, with the Tal'Dorei Reborn campaign setting, and now the show, just like Scanlan's hand. What is that?
Oh, Bigby's hand.
Just like Big B's hand, they've changed to Scanlan's hand.
Yeah, Scanlan's foot.
Yeah, and Scanlan's
the door
foot,
scene.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh
the door
my
scene.
god, the doors.
Oh, and there was a little Easter egg for campaign 3. Team Backdoor. Team
Yes,
Front Door.
yeah,
There's a little Easter egg there.
And
for,
I don't know
campaign
if,
3.
because I don't know the order of operations here, so I don't know, was that a Easter egg for campaign 3, or did they remember that and then bring it into campaign 3?
Oh yeah.
Because I don't know what came.
Because they've been working on this for a long time.
Yeah.
This could have come way before campaign 3.
Exactly. Yeah, we have no idea, but it's really cool that they're kind of intermixing. But I love.
I bet they remembered that from filming the show.
That was my first guess.
Yeah.
But I love the door lock thing. It's just another way that the show did a great job of showing how D&D is all about the roll of the dice, because you have Vax trying to get into the back door and he can't. He keeps failing his
even with help.
Yeah,
can't
even
do
with help, is unable to break that door down. And then when he gets inside, he opens Archibald's cell and it comes open right away. And he's like, so that was
and theoretically
the
a
roll of
cell
the
door
dice.
should be much harder to pick than a door.
Which, that reminds me, when the door opens and the piss gets thrown on them, I wonder if Sam brought that in for FCG. Sam and Matt.
maybe.
Because Sam, or an NPC dumped pee out the window onto FCG in the first episode of Campaign 3.
Yeah, and I don't remember if I don't remember how they. Well, I don't remember the Arena Prison Break in Vox Machina.
Yeah.
But I know it's a theme in all of D&D, not just Critical Role. Getting through doors can be hard.
Yeah. Doors can fuck you up. It's just
a
thing.
It can derail a whole session, just like it did for Vax and Team Backdoor trying to get through that door into the prison.
Yeah.
Overall, absolutely loving the show. Want to know what you all think, so let us know down in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please let us know by dropping a like on it and subscribe if you haven't already.
And thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
I had a really hard time saying that.
Yes, you did.